There is a common phrase in the Pakistani and Indian community that goes, Log Kya Kahenge, which translates to, what are people going to say? This is a question that haunts people their entire lifetime. Not just Pakistanis, not just Indians, but every single person. Every single person in their life constantly gets asked, what are people going to say? Why would you do this? Why are you going to do this? This seems like a terrible idea. What are people going to say? We are so consumed constantly by other people's opinions that we end up not pursuing the things that we were meant to do. Now, hear me out here, all right? So, you have a special gift, a unique voice, a calling within you waiting to unleash itself. And it's going to take a little bit of time for your life to navigate through the journeys and obstacles that you're going to go through for you to find and discover this special calling that is special to you. But when you get to that point where you are ready to act upon this calling, people in your life, your immediate family, your close family members, aapke rishtedar, as you would say in Urdu, are going to start questioning, why is it that you are wanting to do this thing? Log kya kahenge? Pagal ho gaye ho? Are you going crazy? Why are you doing this? Why are you starting a YouTube channel? You are way over your head. Why are you starting a podcast? No one is going to listen to you. Why are you starting a business? You don't have any experience doing anything like this. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why are you in a relationship with so and so? People will constantly judge you and criticize you and ask you questions, and this is part of life. But what is really important and something that you have to take note of is how you respond and how you react. That is going to change significantly as you get older. This is really important because I have an audience that is a myriad of ages, and the younger kids that are 18, 19, in their early 20s, they're more so susceptible to other people's opinions because they want to please everyone. And I'm not talking about every single person is this way, but the majority of people are this way. You want to keep the status quo. You want to make sure that people are happy. You want to make sure that you're not upsetting anyone, upsetting the apple cart. And so you're more likely to do the things that other people want you to do. You are more likely swayed by other people's opinions. And this is very normal. This is something I went through. And again, that journey is very unique for you on how you're going to unfold and get to a point where you're going to care a little bit less about people's opinions. Have you noticed people who are older, people that are in their 60s and 70s, do you notice that they don't really care about other people's opinions? Do you notice that people that are older, they could care less what other people have to say? And not in a mean way, but more so they've lived a life and they know what they want, they know what they like, and they know what they want to do with their lives. And they've gotten to a point where that muscle of not caring about other people's opinions has really grown and allowed them to live the lives that they have built, right? They are finally living the lives that they have worked so hard to build. But for us who are younger, it takes a little bit of time to get that point. For me, that happened for me in my mid-20s when I made some really big decisions in my life. Decisions that other people would say, what are you doing? Log kya kahenge? Why are you doing this? One of the more notably ones is marrying outside of my culture and outside of my religion. I was the very first in my family to marry outside of the culture and outside of the religion because the person I fell in love with, I knew that this is the person that is going to be by my side no matter what I do in my life. And it was a very big and scary decision, but it's something I knew I wanted to do. And the questions came up. Log kya kahenge? What are people going to say? And I decided that for me, it was more important that I live a life that made me happy because I'm living my life. I'm the one who's going to be living this life. And this is something I talk about all the time. Many people are so focused by what other people want them to do. You as well may be going through this right now. Other people's opinions may be the catalyst of what you're doing. At some point you have to take that pen back for your own book and start writing your own story. For too long, we allow people in our lives, our teachers, our family members, and others who have good intentions at heart. By the way, I'm not saying to not listen to their opinions or their critiques. It's really important, but you have to know that your life is more important in the long run. And when you start living a more meaningful, purpose-driven life of things you want to do instead of focused on what other people think you should be doing, the other people who want you to do something else, once they start seeing how happy you are and how driven you are and how passionate you are, they'll be on your side again. But allow them the time because it's their journey as well. But you have to understand that your life is way more valuable and you have to live your purpose, right? And so the other example in my life is when I started a business. People were like, what the heck are you doing? You know, you need to stay in line. You have to keep working for someone else. This is your life. And I'm like, no, my purpose is way bigger than this. I want to start a business. And questions started coming up. Log kya kahenge? What are people going to do? And now it's a very successful, thriving business. And people who judged me originally now want to work with me, right? Very interesting. So there's a bunch of other moments in my life that I've gone through where the questions came up. Log kya kahenge? What are people going to say? What are people going to think? And I had to push through it. It was very challenging. It was very difficult. And those moments and those decisions continue to come up. And they will for you as well. But again, depending on where you are in your life, it's going to be either easy or difficult for you to move forward with this. But know that if it's difficult right now, it will get easier. And if you are going through a very challenging decision, know that it is really important for you to follow your passion and your purpose. Because in the long run, it doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter what other people have to say about your life. Their decisions and ultimately their questions are their own, and that's okay. You can't decide what people are going to think or say. And by the way, another really important thing that I want to leave you with is if you live your life doing what other people want you to do, if you live your life making the decisions that other people want you to make, and you keep doing that over and over again, they're still going to talk negatively. People in society and culture are still going to say bad things. Even if you stay in line with what they want you to do, they're still going to talk, they're still going to judge, they're still going to say whatever they want. So what difference does it make, right? Live your life, try to do the things that you want to do, and I promise you in the long run, when you're following your purpose and your passion and your calling and you're doing the things that you need to do, you're serving the people that are waiting for you. There's someone out there who needs you. You are the answer to someone's prayer. Aap kisi ki dua ka jawab ho. You are the light to someone's darkness. Aap kisi ki andher ki roshni ho. Never forget that. Thank you, dost.